But firstly, I'm going to talk about the commitment to self. You know, normally, if everything's going smoothly in our lives, we don't commit to our growth. We don't commit to being in the present moment and evolving. And one of the most important things for any human is to evolve, to be conscious of self, to be making new choices, to be letting go of addictions, letting go of suffering, and cultivating an experience of love consciousness. Because to live in that peace, that joy, is invaluable. But unfortunately, in this modern society, we expect everything instantly. Oh, I take a tablet, I go to sleep. I take a tablet, I wake up. I feel anxious, I take a tablet. I go and eat. I smoke. Whatever I do. And if we live in consciousness, if we give time to ourselves to unify, time to ourselves to grow, time to ourselves to eliminate our stress, our limiting belief systems, everything starts to change. And we have a direct effect on our whole environment, our family, our workplace, and on a bigger picture, our society. You know, everyone's quick to criticize. We're quick to criticize the politics in the world. We're quick to criticize the wars that are transpiring. We're quick to criticize the state of the planet, the state of the youth, the state of everything. But we're always looking externally. Imagine if each individual human looked internally. Because as I change, the new generation evolves. More consciousness, more sustainability, more everything. But we're always escaping. We don't just unify if we are suffering. We unify to shine, to experience more love, and to have more clarity about the world, our world, and what we're creating. And as we polish ourselves and become more, we feel better with ourselves. Because the truth is, we're defining ourselves, not the world. We define ourselves. Who do I choose to be? Mediocre or to shine? To be the best of who I am. Not the best of someone else. To be a creator, not a victim to my circumstances. To come up with solutions instead of excuses. To move forward. This is sustainability. This is love consciousness. And this is the truth of who we are. Look for the love. Always be looking for the love. Because that's what vibrates. That's what life's about. It's about love. Okay, so now I'm going to do some questions.
How can I let go, leave behind me the painful memories?
You know, the first thing we have to see is how attached am I to the past? My judgments with my past. The things that happened to me. The things I feel a victim to. And obviously, a lot of these things transpire in our youth, when we're children. So what can I do? Well, firstly, I need to unify. Secondly, I need to liberate everything that's locked in my body. My emotions, my resentments, my fears, but I have to move it. It's not any good just talking about it. You can talk about it forever, but you also have to make the choice to let it go. Because sometimes our victim is so involved in our suffering, and we think it's so important, and it starts to define us. We always have to look to be more and use everything that we perceive as negative as an opportunity for growth. Okay, so that's how we change. And they're all the components of the system. You know, this system's been around for 25 years. And now they're just starting to talk about it. But they're talking about it with different titles. But this system, if you commit to it, you change. You know, nothing's instant. It's a process. You know, if you want to swim, you have to learn to swim. If you want to play the piano, you have to practice. If you want to experience joy and peace and love consciousness, you have to commit to the mastery of that. And it's so easy because you're not learning anything. You're letting go of that which doesn't serve. It's much easier.
What's the difference between this system with a psychological therapy to help the well-being of people?
Well, it's just what I explained now. You know, some people start with psychology. But I have hundreds of students that are psychologists. Why? Because they want an experience. What I teach is an experience, and the understanding is a consequence. And I'm not criticizing psychology. You can see patterns, but then you have to let the patterns go. And that's the hard part, because just talking about it doesn't move it. So, if you do the system, it moves everything. If you express, you're talking about it. And you're seeing, but with the intention of not being a victim to that anymore. With the intention of letting the recording of the stress go. And also seeing so clearly why you do things, where these habits come from. You know, they're never yours. It's something you've learned. We learn wonderful things, and we learn a lot of negative things that are antiquated. We don't need them. And we have to have that clarity through the liberation of stress. Oh, that's not me, that's my mother. Oh, that's not me. That's my school teacher. Who am I? This is the question. And you have to find that answer. And it's internal. It's not what you do or where you're from. It's much, much bigger than that. It's in you, the answer to this question. And you need the answer to that question. And then you're free to be your authentic self. And that's an enormous freedom. Your authentic, genuine self. That's an incredible freedom.
Can the system help me to liberate, to get rid of the print of my abandonment?
You know, we abandon ourselves. It's as simple as that. But what is that abandonment? We abandon our authentic selves. It doesn't matter if our parents abandon us. It doesn't matter if our partners abandon us. This is a consequence of life. It's full of abandonment. So who's your permanent partner? You. And where are you? Internally. You are so full of love. You can never be abandoned unless you abandon yourself. And this is the system. Loving yourself unconditionally. Being secure within yourself. Trusting in yourself. The outside will change. Enjoy what you have. But don't cling to it. Don't cling to the past. Enjoy each moment. Because as you're looking back, it's a fantasy. It's not real. It has nothing to do with reality. It's gone. The only thing real is this moment. And this moment defines you. Who am I going to be in this moment? Am I experiencing love in this moment? Am I waking up happy for no reason? Can I be by myself? Can I enjoy my own company? The more consciousness you have, the more you enjoy you. You're not looking to escape with your addictions or your suffering or your victim. It's nice to give. It's nice to be involved. It's nice to interrelate. But it doesn't have to be essential for your existence. You have to be essential for your existence and your happiness.
I'm learning to catch my mind when it wants to take me away from the present moment. Can you talk a little more how to move forward in this?
You know, it's not about being rigid. It's just about watching the thoughts and feeling when they're taking you into a place of negativity. And just come back. Back here. You know, it doesn't matter if you're having little fantasies. But the minute they start to turn into suffering, you have to come back. Back into the moment. But lovingly. Don't fight with your mind. And just witness the thoughts. They're so habitual. Just put a facet. The facets are the truth. Love creates me in my perfection. This moment's perfect. I'm having a human experience. Keep coming back to that. Stop believing your ego. What's wrong? What's being done to you? What are people talking about? You know, your head's a soap opera. Forget it and come back to reality. The beauty of this moment. That's what's important. It's the only thing that's important.
I have the big desire to be free internally, but there is something doesn't allow me to go deep. How can I discover that?
You know, you're not on a diving excursion. And you're going down to the bottom of the ocean to find a boat that has a treasure. This is an idea of your mind. Just use the facets and keep letting go. Because you have an expectation, you think you're not going deep. But how do you know? If you stop thinking and just keep going in, you're going deep. If you're moving lots of stress, you feel superficial. But the depth's there. It's like the ocean. It can have the waves on top, but the depth's still there. So you're getting caught in the waves. So let go and submerge. Stop thinking. Is this deep? Am I deep enough? You don't know. I don't know. Just let go and trust and stop being exigent. You know, everything isn't a competition. Just enjoy. Oh, it's superficial today. Okay. Love creates me in my perfection. Oh, it's so deep. I fell asleep. Okay. You know, it's so simple, this system. It's so non-complicated. It's not complicated at all. Stop complicating it. It's good to talk to me, no? Because everything's simple. Because I'm simple. I'm such a simple person. And you need to be simple. Be a simple person. Not complex, confused, wondering. Let go. It is what it is. It is what it is.
How can I be abandoned? What should I do?
Expand your consciousness. Live in joy and love. Give gratitude for what you have. And stop anticipating what you need in order to be abundant. If you want something, create it. Move into action. But don't expect instant results. Have a plan and move into action. But you're already abundant. If you live in gratitude, you are abundant. It's not about what you have. It's about what you're experiencing. And expectations are the worst, because that's what takes you out of the moment. You know, ask yourself a simple question. What's missing in this moment? Nothing. This moment's perfect. If you want to create something, create it. Move into action. But don't be dreaming about things that you can't attain and thinking that that's going to bring you happiness. You need to be happy now. And everything else is an addition. That's abundance. And the irony is that when you have internal abundance, you want to simplify everything. Because material abundance is a lot of work. Simplify. Enjoy. Be here now. Give. And most importantly, live in gratitude and appreciate what you have. Focus on that. Your well-being, physically, emotionally, more importantly, your consciousness in each moment. Look around. See the magic. You know, so we're so often off in the future, we can't see the magic in front of us.
I have expectations how the other has to behave, especially when I'm not receiving attention. And how can I avoid to feel bad because those expectations are not fulfilled?
You have to stop expecting things. Anything you need, give to yourself. When you're needy, you're taking. And then you suffer. And then you create rejection. People that are abundant, full of love, giving, not needing, create everything they need. But when you're begging for love or demanding love, there's nothing more annoying. And people reject that. So give that love to you. It is what it is. Stop taking and be the actions of what you want to receive. Go out and give, but without expectation, because that's not unconditional. If you give with an expectation, it's not unconditional. It's still taking. So just give that love to you. Oh, I'm not getting enough attention. Give it to you. Communicate and let go. You know, just be there.
I unify 1 hour a day, but lately I'm seeing that I'm never beyond the third facet. And I cannot pass to the fourth one. And my question is, why do I reject unconsciously this?
Start with the fourth one. And the resistance will leave. You know, don't make things too complicated. The por qué. It is what it is. Just focus on that one. And then move to the first one. There's no mysterious answer to the question. It's just stress. And stress isn't worth analysing. There's no sense in analysing stress. You imagine, if I tell you it's because of this, this and this, then you've got another question. Why do I have this, this and this? And then there's another question. And we don't need questions because it's all intellectual. We just need to let it go. Let the stress go. Open the channels and trust. Don't analyze anything. And whatever you need to know will be abundantly clear. Always. And what you don't see abundantly clear, you don't need to know. It's simple. Life's simple.
I feel my mind is questioning my practice and there is resistance activating. And if I don't understand what I practice, I feel I cannot move forward. What can I do?
You know, your ego is always against love. It wants to hold you in a position. Your ego hates the facets, hates them, because they're giving you an experience beyond the intellect, something you can't understand. So your intellect's losing control. Soon, you'll be witnessing your thoughts. Then it's lost its power. And you need to be in that position. You cannot understand the facets. You have to become the facets. And when the facets become your experience, which my older committed students have, there's no more questions. But that transition, you have to surrender to it and keep moving forward. You know, it's easy to abandon. You know, it's like when you're running and you start training and you go to the gym, and after 1 month, your body hasn't transformed into the body you want. What do? You quit. But how do you transform your body? How do you get fit? It's constant. You have to commit. It doesn't happen in a month. It doesn't happen in a year. It's a progress. It's always becoming more and more and more. And it's the same with consciousness. It's a commitment. It's like a child growing. It doesn't get to 2 and stop. Obviously not. You know, teenagers don't stay immature forever. They evolve. They grow. And it's the same with your consciousness. You always have to be looking to be more. Just to constantly move forward. Life is like that. The mastery of life isn't instant. It's repetition. You do something, and then at some point, you change. You know, often the same stresses come to the surface. They're like addictions. You know that doesn't work, but you keep doing it. Why? Because it's comfortable. If you're comfortable, you will never change. You have to create friction. You have to move forward. And you have to enjoy that. Challenge yourself. If you stay doing the same thing, nothing changes. Have a plan. I unify. I spend time with myself. I go to work. I have quality time with the kids. I eat well. You know, try to create something sustainable. Because it's not magically going to happen. You have to commit to it. And then the consequences are beyond your imaginings. If you commit to being the best of you, you will never ever look back. And you'll see that the things that you thought were so important were so superficial and so unimportant in you enjoying your life. You can enjoy your life, but you have to choose who you're going to be. And the best way to do that is to unify. I'm here now. I'm making new choices. I'm committing to my well-being. I'm feeling good with myself. If I do this, 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 and this, anything that's instant, it never fulfills you. This is sure. Come back into the moment and appreciate this moment. And focus on love. It's the only thing that fills a human. to be the love. Thank you for coming. Lots of love. God bless.
Come visit our webpage for books, movies, and our wonderful retreat centers. Isha's simple yet powerful system is transforming lives around the world.